Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm going to be doing the next week of the Past Lives Club September, and this week we're going to be focusing on how I died, asking some questions there, and the lessons or the lesson that was most prevalent in that life. Asking a few more questions, and then a message from my past life self to my current self. So I am using again today the Tarot of Paul's Moon. I have fallen hard in love with this deck. It is so gorgeous, so luxurious, and it just feels right for this life. And I'm also doing the Shaman's Oracle, the Mystical Shaman's Oracle, again, just because of the nature of this particular life. So we're going to start with the death, and I'm going to pull a card from each. Okay? All right, so the first question, so as far as death goes, and you know what, if you want to know, if you haven't been following, or you just need a recap, I will be putting cards down below in the description or up above where you can go and watch my process from week 1, learning about my identity, my love life, my faith, the trauma that I experienced in that life. If you want to know all of that, the location, the time period, then go and watch those other weeks, okay? And like I said, I'll put links down below. So, it did say that I died of old age, and I also got the destruction card for more clarity. Destroyer, some sort of destroyer or destructive personality, maybe. Oh, you know what? Let me do this right quick. I like to clear the energy from the decks before I use them. All right. So as always, I am asking my higher self to tap back into that particular life that I've been reading and help me to learn what it is that I need to learn and really nothing more, okay? And how it connects to this life and how I can use this information in order to help me in this life. So, the death. So, it's a series of 4 questions. Could I have prevented this? I'm not even going to ask that. I'll probably ask maybe for a little bit more details around my death because it said I died of old age. So I don't think that I could have prevented not dying in that situation. Then the second question is, what were my last moments like? What kind of regrets did I have? And what was my greatest accomplishment? So, show me the details. That doesn't help me. Let me ask the question. Show me the details of what led up to my death. Like the days before my death. Show me some more clarity. 6 of Wands. So maybe a homecoming of some sort, or I felt like I had done what I was supposed to in my life as far as my job goes. I was feeling, kind of good. Or my mission, because it was way more. If you've watched the previous videos on this, it was way more than just a job, a regular 9-to-5 job. So, what were the details leading up to that particular the few days before my death. Show me the details. I'm going to take that one because it... Oh. I remember what this one was about because it came up in the last one. And I think that what that means is perhaps I regained part of who I thought I had lost as far as my own soul goes. And this kind of really falls in line with the Six of... Let me show them to you. The Six of Wands. And soul retrieval was not necessarily about also retrieving other souls, but it was also about retrieving mine. So perhaps this was a job that I had taken to begin with in order to help me to reclaim some of myself to begin with. Because maybe I had not been, which, I mean, I don't think we're ever just like heroes or everything is just peachy keen in a life. But I also think that there can be a definite like negative spin on a life as well. And I think that I have definitely lived some of those. So perhaps this was a way of me, like a therapy kind of thing, taking on this particular lifetime in order to gain back some of what I felt like I lost from previous lives as far as like my morals or ethics go. I don't know, but that's just what it makes me feel like. So what were my last moments like? What were my last moments like? Let's get a good shuffle with this intention, please. What were my last moments like? All right, you can give me a card now. I'll just take the top. Oh, yes. So for me, this feels like my last moments were full of regrets because of gaining more knowledge, like seeing the bigger picture. I do think that at the time of death or right before that, or maybe days before that, if we are in the process of dying, that we can see more than just this realm. And I could anyways in that life. So maybe I gained more knowledge over the last moments, and because of that knowledge that I gained, or wisdom that I gained, it also felt like daggers because of some of the choices that I had made in that life or perhaps other lives, right? So, what were my last moments like? What were my last moments like? Let me clear it in. What were my last moments like in that lifetime, please? What were my last moments like in that lifetime, please? Wow. Okay. Wow. I mean, I got tons of arrows all through me, and the arrow. So there is definitely something up with that. Let me see what this says. And look at, it's 3. And that's 3. Okay. Let's see what this says. I do not believe in coincidences. All right, so the essence. Receiving this symbol reminds you that when you are in alignment with your heart and soul, you are on target and will soon be hitting your mark. Be true to your calling, release attachments, and free yourself from the bondage of unbridled ambition. Now is revealed to be a moment of contact in which your intention meets the material world. The arrow also symbolizes the need to set your creativity free. The invitation: when the arrow zings through the air, it is inviting you to pay attention and signifying that you are about to make your mark in some aspect of your life. It illuminates the moment of contact when you know that your desires and intentions have traveled on the wind and landed in the perfect place for your highest good. Trust that your job is to be relaxed yet focused, keeping your eye on the prize yet releasing your intention with full expectation that it will land as it is supposed to. Don't worry about the how or the exact form. This is not a time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark, and you will have cause to celebrate. Hopefully he's done. Let me read the medicine, but I can tell you, to me, that really feels like I said, at my last moments, I gained some like major insight or knowledge, and from that is where this heartache came into play. And with this one, it's saying, don't worry about the how or the exact form. This is not a time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark. I think that also it's because I knew I was getting ready to die. That's what I think that this is showing, that it was my time now. And that I just, maybe I had peace with it. You know, there's healing in that knowledge. So the medicine, it says, this is a time to admit that by continuing on the path you are on, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. Could it be that you have become so attached to winning this game that you have missed the true mark? What if your arrow was never meant to land where you wanted it? Now is the time to regroup and ask yourself if what you desire is really worth your energy. This is a sign that something better is waiting. Something better is waiting on the other side, right? This is a sign, yep, something better is waiting. Consider the wisdom is not getting what you want. Suffering, in this case, is a pathway to heal the parts of you that feel unworthy. The parts that worry there isn't enough. Make peace with those voices. What is truly yours will be waiting for you. Wow. I do think that it was that gained knowledge, which from that gained knowledge came wisdom, which also came regret in the last moments. But because I also knew that I was dying and that there was no way for me to right my wrongs in that lifetime, more or less. But I think I had come to, days before that, some kind of understanding that I knew that the time was coming, and that I feel like whatever it was that my mission was, that I had gotten back part of me. Maybe it was that realization. Maybe that's the knowledge that this is talking about here, and the healing that takes place from that. Let's see what else it shows. What kind of regrets did I have? So, no, I'm not taking that because I haven't even asked the question yet. Get this out of the way. What kind of regrets did I have? What kind of regrets did I have? There it is. Knight of Swords. Yeah. I think it's that I felt like maybe I was too driven, and impatient sometimes, not always having maybe the best intentions, or maybe thinking that I was always right when I wasn't right, or because it was not the king. I clearly did not have, I had not mastered my thoughts. So perhaps that's what I regretted, was the fact that I was more driven on my mission. Because I also feel like knights are working for like the kings and the queens, going out and doing their dirty business sometimes, right? So I had a mission that I had to do, and sometimes it Maybe it like swayed me. You know what I mean? I didn't always make the smartest choices. No matter what age I was, I made foolish, youthful mistakes in this need to be right. Or anywho, what kind of regrets did I have? What kind of regrets did I have? Come on. Makes me think of a bridge of some sort. A rainbow bridge, right? Let's see what it says in here. The rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of a true spiritual path, which manifests as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as the full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and the spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in right relationship with spirit. The invitation. The rainbow tells you that at the end of the storm, is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. The medicine. Don't get caught in pursuit of the illusion of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking here. Find the treasure now in the moment by coming into right relationship with those around you. Yes. All your gifts are at hand, so obvious you may have missed them. Be true with your intentions, yes, and do not be led astray by daydreams. Exactly. I felt like I was very mission-oriented, and my regrets were that I did not make all of my relationships my priority when I should have. And I think I was so focused on coming into that life and performing this important work that I thought I was doing. And I think the most important part, I kind of lost sight of, right? So it's like that, the hero's journey, really. The hero is just like an all cost kind of, I'm going to win this. Because, even all the movies that you see, the hero, like, he has to get taken back a little bit because he realizes that maybe his intentions, although he thought that they were pure, they were very narrow-minded. It was one stream of, he didn't see the bigger picture. Perhaps I didn't see the bigger picture. I was just so focused. It was a narrow focus. So, okay. So what was my greatest accomplishment? What was my greatest accomplishment in that life? Okay, take the top one. Five of Pentacles. Isn't that interesting? My greatest accomplishment was maybe where I was seeing what I didn't have finally. Maybe that's what this was all about. Finally, the victory of retrieving my soul. The Five of Pentacles was all about thinking that I was on the outside, or that I was at a major loss or lack mentality and I had to do this. But the greatest achievement was realizing that that was not the case towards the end, right? It took my whole life in order for me to realize that it really wasn't, I should not have been focusing on those things, and that realization finally I retrieved my soul back, or my ethics, or my morals, or that essence of my soul that I thought I had lost, but I probably hadn't lost it. I just thought I had. So, what was my greatest accomplishment in that life? What was my greatest? Okay, top one. Water. 61. Boy, isn't that beautiful? Let's see what that means. Water symbolizes purification, regeneration, birth, revival, and cleansing. It signifies an evolutionary shift from former self to new self. It's right here. Many myths around the world speak of a great flood and the new life that is revealed after a deluge. Water begins without boundaries. Then, as soon as form has separated itself from water, it comes under the laws of time and life, thus acquiring limitations. The invitation: when water arrives, you're invited to watch your emotions. Know they are going to be changeable, and do not settle on a conclusion at this time. If you feel joy, feel that fully. If you feel sad, allow sadness to move through you. Water invites you to see the ebb and flow of events and trust you can ride the wave of opportunity. And when it arises, natural flow is here. Go with it. So the medicine was, this is a time for cleansing unwanted energy and sticky feelings. Consider this what water does to the flesh. It does in sacred ritual to the spirit. The spiritual cleansing, like baptism, is the opportunity to get an instantaneous experience of the timeless, non-ordinary reality in which all true creation takes place. Now is also a time that is pregnant with potential for you. Carl Jung talked about the maternal, womb-like significance of water as a universal symbol. Water represents the potentiality of existence. It precedes and sustains every creation. Emergence from it is manifestation. Immersion in it is dissolution of form. Because of this, it symbolizes regeneration. Make way for the process. You can expect it to be messy, but worth it. Wow. That really does kind of confirm what I was already saying right out of the gate with this right here. Because I felt like, from knowing from this being in my last weeks, that the soul retrieval, even though I believe that my job was to help reunite souls and move them from like realm to realm or dimension to dimension, and I thought at first I was looking for the other person's soul, but it said it was more about retrieving my own soul, right? So cleansing it, making it right. This lifetime, it feels like it was about me having to sacrifice a life well lived in order to do this mission, in order to retrieve back what I felt like I was missing, that my soul was missing. And I did. And I did. Okay. But it's a messy process to do that, right? Because really, truly, most, and this is just my opinion, my personal belief, that most true lessons are hard lessons. Meaning we have to, in order to gain the experience and wisdom, we have to go through those hard times in order to gain that. Because when things are just wonderful, do we really go on spiritual journeys? Do we really ask those? Some of us do, because some of us are seekers like that. But sometimes, what is it? It's an event or a hardship that gets us on that. Or as we get older and we get closer to meeting our maker again, that the spiritual journeys begin. The spiritual exploration, you know? So anyways, let me take these pictures and put them in my journal, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we are moving on to the next part, which is lesson. Now, in my initial reading with the Past Lives, Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle. The lesson was passive conformity. And for more clarity, I got post-life review under astral experience. So that was another reason why I had been confused also with like the going back and forth, because there were a couple of spots where it talked about like the in-between and astral and stuff like that, including the archetype of the Bardo, which is the in-between, and like at a crossroads and stuff like that. Okay, so one more. And then there's 3 questions here. So, how does this life connect to my current life? How does this life connect to my current life? How did that life? Okay, we'll take the top, which is this one. That's clearly a message. And pages are known for also being messengers, right? So there was a message. You know, let me... There's a message about how I lived, what I manifested, the skills that I used. Okay. All right. How does this life connect to? How did this life connect to my current life? A little more clarity on that, please. Oh my gosh, middle world again. I got the middle world again. Interesting. The middle world is about like this life, right? I mean, it's like where the spiritual and the lower self come together in the middle, like what we, like this reality. Let me remember what the essence of this was, because I forgot. The middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening, yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past. And it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth... Hopefully he's done. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. So, how did it connect? The medicine. Do not try to connect in the earth what needs to be corrected. Oh, do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet. So it's important to ask for help from the invisible realms, from helpers in the upper world. For now, wait. Okay. That almost feels like the message, like I said, message connecting with how does this life connect to my current life? I'm not supposed to know that yet, because it's also what I would consider like future events that haven't played out yet. And it says to ask... it's so important to ask for help from the invisible realms, like my guardian angels, my higher self, whatever, from helpers in the upper world. For now, wait. And remember, it said that it is all the middle world is created by the future, not only the past. And it is a mirror of the invisible realms. Interesting. All right. What lesson do I still need to learn? Maybe this is tied to this. What lesson do I still need to learn? Yeah, and I forgot I didn't take out the extra cards either. Maybe I'm not listening good enough to like my angels and stuff, because I mean, we're in the page realm again. And this guy just said to seek help from like the higher realms and stuff. And it looks like this angel is trying to help him, doesn't it? So that's what I would see. What lesson do I still need to learn? How to just ask for help, which I am so bad at that. I am so freaking bad at that. From like my guardian angels and my spirit guides, I always just get guidance from my higher self. I'm not like a spirit guide kind of person. When I hear spirit, it's always, I believe, my higher self, but I believe also maybe that there is a spirit guide that's trying to reach out to me. A friend of mine kind of said that they seen someone around me that was not family. So perhaps they're trying to tell me something. All right. I got to listen better. Got to learn how to listen better. Let's see what it says. What lesson do I still need to learn? What lesson do I still need to learn? Lesson, more clarity on that, please. What lesson do I still need to learn? Okay, top card. Flow. Wow, and that was water. Oh, that was water on the other one, and cleansing, and 20. Maybe it's just trusting, not worrying so much, just trusting. Let's see. There is a natural movement of events in the world. You can see it in phenomena such as the tide, the ebb and flow of oceans and rivers that rise up from the earth that flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents the effortless and natural movements toward a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing. The invitation when flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now is the time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movements and the path of least resistance. It's like being within music, flowing within partnership. Think of the artist who creates without guile or craft, calling creativity up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. You are called to be like a river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. Enjoy the ride. The medicine, don't try to push against the river or swim upstream right now. You can trust that when the time is right, your dreams will begin to take shape and you will be invited to dance with destiny. Right now, however, you must relax. This is not the time to bang on doors that refuse to open. Whatever obstacle is in front of you right now, trust this is for the highest good. It is an opportunity to regroup and reconsider your choices, and you must trust that your intentions will take form in good time. Consider this time a gift. Wow. So I need to learn to not push my agenda so friggin' hard sometimes, and just allow whatever intentions that I have faith, ask, and then have faith that the universe or my guides or whoever are there helping me along, and that not everything am I supposed to know at this point. Okay. So What karmic lesson did I resolve in that life? What karmic lesson did I resolve in that life? What karmic lesson did I resolve in that life? The Chariot. Oh my gosh. Okay. And that's what I was. I was somebody that moved from like dimension to dimension, and also helped others move from dimension to dimension. You can see it right there. I completed whatever it was my mission was supposed to be. So that I resolved. That's probably why I had the victory of a few days before. Maybe I had taken my last, I mean, I got goosebumps. Can you see those goosebumps? Oh my God. Maybe I had just finished up taking my last souls back and forth and had completed my contract. And that's what I knew a few days before my death. That's why I had the Six of Wands. Success, right? Okay. What karmic lesson did I resolve in that life? Oops. Earth. Let's see, 17. Earth represents the gift of life. The symbol of this card refers to the body of the planet Earth, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by this symbol that all creatures are born of the earth, and human beings are the stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it, our health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from spirit and needs to be treated with respect. The invitation. When the earth symbol appears, it represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for the natural gifts that are coming to you now and always. The concrete world you inhabit is there by the grace of spirit, and you are part of it. Much can be accomplished now when you focus on compassion, reverent service to the world. If you act with integrity, gratitude, and humility, you will find yourself more prosperous than you can imagine. Success is assured when the earth appears as an invitation. Do you feel ungrounded or easily thrown off your path lately? It is time to focus on what nurtures you, to open yourself to the healing of Mother Earth and see the abundant world around you. Perhaps you have lost the ability to trust that your needs will be met and have fallen prey to poverty consciousness. Perhaps you have not been eating well, been overworked and stressed, and forgotten to breathe in the beauty of your surroundings. When the spirit of earth comes as your medicine, you're being reminded that when you practice, and it's not coming as my medicine because this is something that I resolved in my previous life, but I can still take the higher meaning. When the spirit of earth comes as your medicine, you're being reminded that when you practice self-care, take a walk in nature and focus on the consciousness of abundance. Miracles can and do happen. And maybe that is why I do feel this urge to always do like prosperity magic, because I do believe that we have a prosperity mindset, because I do believe that we live in a prosperous universe. We just have to be able to tap into that frequency. And I feel like I know that that's like my most powerful magic. Like I know that. And this would explain why. Because I resolved that karmic lesson in this particular life. So let me take these pictures, put them in my journal, and we'll move on to the last bit. So for the message, I decided to do, which I might still do, where is it? A reading out of the Christ Consciousness. Oh, here it is. This one, the Christ Consciousness Self-Mastery Oracle. I might still do that one for like one final message, but I decided I want to do a spread. I've never used this before. And with it talking about, like, in my lesson and stuff like that, like the purity and retrieving the soul and stuff like that, and the process of how, like, it connects with this life, yada, yada, yada. So there is, in this Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, the rose that gives the bees honey. It's a 7-card reading. And it has the sacred center. It has petal of the past, petal of forgiveness, petal of the present, petal of offering, petal of the future, and petal of nourishment. And I thought that this might be a wonderful way of rounding out my life from the past, because the one card also talked about the future and things that I wasn't maybe necessarily supposed to know. Petal of the future, petal of the present, these other things here like forgiveness, offering, nourishment, and then in the center. And see what kind of a reading I get. I have literally never used this deck before. So, oh, wow, there is more spreads in here. Wow, look at these. But I'm going to do this one. It's a 7-card spread. So, let me just get started. You know what? I might save this for a separate, because it might take a long time. So, a separate video. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So, I have decided to save that last bit, the message, for a separate video. And this was my death, all the cards. I've still got to, decorate it. As I said, I don't finish off a life. I don't write anything in until I have all the pieces to it. And then I, go over everything and then, evaluate, look at the whole big picture, bird's eye view kind of thing. And then I will write up everything. And that's why I think this last one with the message is going to hopefully help bring it all together, like the alchemy of the soul kind of thing. So thank you for spending this time with me, and I'm sending you love always.